Just a weekly breakdown.
Yeah.
From 158, we have returned. We have a lot to talk about. E3 is over. We might talk a little bit about it, but there's a lot of games coming out the rest of the year that will, run down what we're excited for. Sony is in trouble for Fortnite. Everybody's making fun of them. We just saw
trouble. I didn't hear about this.
Well, yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Saw a few new movies.
Two.
Incredibles 2, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom we'll talk about. But we'll begin with the kind of shocking, very shocking passing of Vinnie Paul of Pantera fame, the drummer of Pantera, also in Hell Yeah and Damage Plan. Apparently he just passed away in his sleep. That's what came out. He's 54 years old. Passed away yesterday. And today's Saturday as we're recording it. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, very, very shocking. I woke up this morning, I'm like, what?
I saw that like 1 o'clock in the morning when I got home after driving. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's very, very tragic, obviously. And it's just, man, because I jammed a lot of Pantera today. And still, like, you listen to them, I mean, those Pantera albums were so ahead of their time. Still. They still feel like they're just above most.
They're still doing crazy. Something that nobody else has figured out.
The sound they had, like, nobody has a fucking sound like that anymore. Nobody is as heavy as they were. And Vinnie Paul's drumming is absolutely an influence. Like, his double bass work, his fills are just phenomenal. It's drum work that'll get caught in your head, like, all the time. He was an absolute influence in the Pantera days for sure. Yeah. I mean, I like listening to him today, like listening to like Becoming. Like Becoming is so fucking heavy. And his drum work in that song is just so awesome with his like double bass and everything. It's a very heavy song. It's great. So yeah, very shocking.
Yeah, I mean, Pantera is like up there as like, probably one of the most significant and the most important metal bands out there. So I mean, to see anybody like this, I mean, it's extra tragic now that when you think about it that both of the Darrell brothers are, both the Paul brothers are,
yeah.
So Abbott. I'm like Abbott. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'll get it eventually.
We're the Darrell brothers.
The Darrell brothers. The Darrell brothers. Yeah. But him and Dimebagger, both are before their. I mean, definitely Dimebagger, both before their time. I mean, he was only in his 50s. Nobody. It doesn't happen anymore, and it's just like, and it is super tragic. He influenced a lot of people, and Yeah, Tyler, you hit most of what I'd probably say. So
yeah, and I also like, wish what happened to Dimebag never would have happened. Pantera would have been able to carry on at some point because of how incredible they were for such a short amount of time, especially when Phil joined the band. I mean, those 5 albums they put out are just incredible, especially the first 3 are just perfect. Like the perfect aggressive thrash albums. I mean, listen to like fucking Hostile and you just want to like mosh a fucking daycare, and just destroy the place, There's just still nobody like Pantera, and it's just, yeah. I mean, I guess you could say at least they're back together again.
Yeah.
If that's what you believe. But yeah, rest in peace, Vinnie Paul. Man, so all these bands are retiring or the members are passing away. I mean, we've talked about it a lot, but then I feel like it's happening way more often than I feel it should.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, especially.
You don't want anyone to pass away, really, but I just feel like it's been a lot in the past year or two, and it's just, I just really wonder who's going to replace a lot of these people. And Tobias Forge from Ghost was talking about that recently. I read an interview with him, and he was saying, like, yeah, metal and rock are very dominated by older bands that really helped build what it is today, and they're now going away. Who is replacing them? Like, they're just not being replaced quick enough, or these bands aren't really catching on to fill that void fast enough or anything like that. And I think it's going to be a really weird time, you know, eventually, when some more of these bands retire or something like that. But yeah. Any thoughts?
Nothing really add to what you guys said.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Vinnie Paul. It's always shitty to transition out of things like this, but let's talk about something a little bit on the lighter side. We saw a few movies recently.
We did. Today we saw Incredibles 2 and Jurassic World. So
yeah. So The Incredibles been out for a week now, but what'd you guys think of it? The Incredibles 2. It's been 14 years,
roughly,
since the first one. I mean that's a long time.
Yeah. I mean they made a joke about it in the pre-movie thing. Like, yeah, we get it. It's been a long time. Yeah. We hope it was worth the wait.
Yeah. Was it worth the wait?
I would say so. I mean, it was still a very good Pixar movie. I think. I mean, if the first movie is something special, and it's trying to capture that is extremely hard, if not next to impossible. So I think this movie doesn't really add too much, but I think it was enjoyable the whole way through. I mean, it's a Pixar movie. Even when Pixar is kind of off, they still put out great movies. So
yeah,
because it's very much a lot like the first movie, in my opinion. Some of the plot points and things like that. I'm like, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I thought it was fun to watch for sure. To me, more than any other animated movie I've watched, I had a very hard time disconnecting the character from the person voicing it. And to me, the character was
I know exactly who you're talking about.
With Bob Odenkirk.
I know, yep.
From Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and stuff. I could not disconnect his character from his voice.
Yeah.
Like, it was dead on, like, his voice in Saul Goodman. You know what I mean? Like, it was really hard. Where I felt like, obviously some of the other ones were definitely better. Like Sam Jackson wasn't bad, but you could definitely tell at times it was like, Samuel L. Jackson for sure. I didn't know that also Jonathan Banks voiced Rick Dicker, which, what a name. He is in Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul as well. So they recruited all of them.
Yeah.
There's fucking Walter White, man.
With Walter and Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse. Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, it was just a very fun Pixar movie. Like, the animations were just fucking incredible. And to me, it was like some of the little details that they rendered just blew my fucking mind. Like, I think they were sitting Elastic Girl and the villain were sitting having a drink, and they poured the drink, and you could see like the bubbles from when you would pour it. I'm like, you did not have to render that, but you did, and you could even see it in their cups. You could see it over here. I'm like, why? Someone spent so much time doing that. Probably.
I mean, it's like that one thing from Coco where it's like, there's like 1 million lights here. Yeah. Did we need 1 million? No, but we did.
Yeah,
that's sort of the same kind of thing.
Yeah, like just the care put into it is cool, and I liked a lot of the characters. I enjoyed most of the storylines too, and I mean, to me, Jack was just awesome.
Yeah,
very very funny character, very well written character. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. If I gotta be honest, I like the first one more, but I could see people liking this one. It was a nice continuation of the first movie. Kind of picks up right where the first one left off.
I was like kind of surprised. Yeah. Like, oh wow, it's like literally right afterwards.
But I thought it was good. I thought it was very good. It was a very good movie.
It's one of the things that I noticed was like watching. It was like with the it's a superhero movie. I'm like, man, I wish they could pull off some of these ideas and like any other like superhero, like a Marvel, like any of the stuff with like Elastigirl and her like bike going apart and just going over the place. I'm like, man, I just wish like you could do stuff like this like in normal in regular movies. I'm like, man, this is super.
There was
cool.
only like a few fight scenes in the movie, but I thought they were all really good.
Yeah,
like the part with Screen Slaver, which is a dumb name.
Yeah.
When Elastigirl's going after him, and they're in that like box, like that box room,
an
sort of
epilepsy
thing.
box.
Yeah, I thought that part was really cool. Like that was really well animated.
Yeah, looked good.
Yeah,
It's a fun time.
Yeah, to me though, like this movie never really hit. Like I enjoyed myself the entire time, but it never really hit me of like, fuck, I love this.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like it kind of had a good pace the whole time. It was kind of up here. It never went down low, but it never went super high to me. It was just a good, well done Pixar movie. Yeah, I liked some of the other characters. I liked that we got this, like Void was cool.
A couple side things here or there.
That big dude that can just go
and
just
Crusher,
scrunch everything.
Crusher.
Yeah, like that was.
How do you want me to uncrush?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. I mean, it's fun.
It's a fun movie.
You can't really go wrong with Pixar. Like they never really made a bad movie.
Not that I can think of, like ever.
Yeah. Do you guys want to make?
Well, they did make Monsters University, and that's a movie that didn't need to happen. I guess that one's not necessarily bad, but it's just like why?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the same kind of nostalgia they went for with Toy Story 3.
Which Toy Story 4?
That's like next year.
Yeah.
Like that one I don't get. I mean, it'll be good, but I'm like, why?
Do you think they'll make another Incredibles movie?
Down the road, yeah.
I say maybe, yeah. I could see it.
I could see them doing it because I think these characters are cool and there's a lot that they could still do with them.
Maybe do it just to do it to prove it doesn't take 14 years.
Yeah, exactly. Do it a little bit sooner. They did say like part of the reason for this one was like they really wanted to have the right story to tell for it, and it took them a little longer to get it. And then kind of once they got it, they were making all these other fucking movies, Finding Dory and Toy Story 3 and all this stuff. So Frozen. What else do they have coming up? I guess just Toy Story 4 and Frozen 2.
Well, I don't think they actually do Frozen. That's actually like the Disney. I think they might help out.
Oh, was that?
That's
Disney?
actually that's straight
okay.
up Disney. Like Disney just has adopted that animation style.
I got you.
I think Pixar.
I don't know what that.
Didn't they probably no Cars 3 already came out.
Yeah.
Didn't, so
Which
they,
Cars 3?
They had that. What if they do another airplane movie? That probably. I mean, if they do another.
They'll do
one,
another movie that's focused on some different culture. Because they've done like Mexican with Coco. They've done like Pacific Island sort of general with I can't remember the name. It's on Netflix.
it's not
The
Moana.
Rock was in it. Yeah.
Moana? I thought that was.
Moana.
I thought that was main studio Disney too.
No, that was.
That was Pixar? Yeah.
Wait, no.
I'm pretty sure that one's
You're
main.
I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
but
But either way,
Pixar, because that's
They do
too
look
that's too
similar.
mainstream. That's too mainstream.
that's
for
kind of
Pixar.
what they've
Pixar
been
just-
going for with Disney.
Yeah, Pixar goes out there. Like
Brave was.
What if feelings had feelings?
Yeah.
Brave might have been Pixar.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
only.
but they're doing like different cultures and stuff, so I'd see them doing like
besides
something
Toy
else.
Story. Like I said, I don't know if they have too much else.
According to
else.
Wikipedia, Toy Story 4 is the only movie coming out next. That's actually announced as a movie, June 21st, 2019. But they have 5 movies that have dates from 2020 to 2022, but none of them are announced what they actually are. I'm hoping for Cars 4, because why not?
And Cars 5.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a sequel to Up, called
Yeah.
Down.
I mean, fucking Finding Dory was great.
Fucking funny.
Fucking Finding Dory. Yeah.
Finding
The
Dory was
Good
good.
Dinosaur. I did not see that.
Oh,
Dinosaur.
it wasn't that one.
That one wasn't good.
That one wasn't.
It
Good.
looked amazing. It is one of the best looking animated movies I've ever seen, except for the actual dinosaur itself. It looked like he was made out of Play-Doh, but the background, it looked so amazing. But the movie itself was kind of a stinker.
Inside Out. I mean,
Yeah, that
too.
one's like an all-timer.
Yeah. I have not seen Brave.
Brave was really good.
Brave's good.
Oh God, I forgot about Wall-E and Up.
Wall-E's
Wall-E.
fucking amazing.
Wall-E's great.
That movie's
yeah.
very underrated.
Yeah.
Like, other than Ratatouille, I think it's the most underrated Pixar movie.
Yeah, Ratatouille's
Right,
awesome.
they have to make a Ratatouille sequel. That's one.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a fucking
I
sequel.
don't know if I
to
should
Ratatouille.
make a sequel to that one. But,
Make
Why
a
the fuck
sequel
not?
to A Bug's Life.
oh, God.
Why not?
That
it
movie
was-
creeped me out when I was younger. There was, like,
It took-
Ants and A Bug's Life, and they both creeped me out.
Yeah.
Because the animation was so weird back then. It was just
It's like
like
there's that other movie, The Ants, like the other movie that's just
Yeah,
called Ants that came
yeah.
out like at the same time,
Yeah.
but wasn't
They
as
both creeped me out.
Yeah. Shockingly, I have never seen Toy Story 3.
Isn't Wreck-It Ralph Pixar?
Wreck-It
Nah.
Ralph. No, I think that's
okay.
also main. You haven't seen Toy Story 3?
No, I should watch that one before 4.
Because it's really good. It's
fucking-
legitimately really
Yeah,
good.
and I loved the first 2 movies as a kid. I watched them over and over and over again, but never saw Toy Story 3 when it came out. So I should do it.
I don't think I did either until after it came out. I was just like, it's whatever. And then everybody was like, this is one of the greatest things I've seen. I'm like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah. The Incredibles 2 also had the highest grossing opening weekend for for an animated movie. It was like beat out Finding Dory by like 50 million or some shit.
Well, it's because like
It's crazy.
no offense, nobody was really asking for Finding Dory except for Ellen.
Yeah.
And then, but everybody was just for
Yeah.
over almost a decade and a half.
They're going to make a Pixar Goofy movie with the son,
It'd be
Max.
really funny. Actually, I mean, it'd be all done.
I would not see that in a million years.
You would
Goofy
not
was
see-
always weird to me. Goofy was another one that creeped me out. I always thought he was a pedophile when I was a kid. He was just weird.
Don't play Kingdom Hearts. He's there all the time.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can't get rid of him.
Can't get rid of
He's
pedophiles,
the
yeah.
smart one in that game. That's also the funny thing.
Yeah.
He's the smart one. But yeah.
Yeah. The other movie we saw was Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I don't know if people were really asking for this movie, but it's made.
Got
And
made.
It's a thing. I think it is way better than the first one. It has
Oh, most definitely.
it has some solid moments. It has one genuine moment that made me want to cry.
Yeah.
You know what
I know what moment you're talking about.
It was like, wow. Like, you had to do this. Like, I just want to bawl my eyes out right now.
I'm like,
But,
that's good, like, filmmaking.
Yeah.
You don't have to do any kind of fake emotion or fake dialogue. It's just,
Yeah.
here's this. And
Exactly.
it's like,
It was a very powerful moment.
Was
And
it
then-
like a dinosaur dying or something?
maybe.
Was death involved?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But, like, it had, especially, when a bad thing happened that kind of sets the rest of the movie up. Like, I thought it was actually pretty intense to watch.
Yeah.
For the most part, because they were all over the place just trying to escape from this dinosaur, and it was just well done to me. I thought some of the new characters they added were pretty alright, too.
Yeah, I mean, they're just, but...
They were kind of there, but the one guy that's, like, scared to do anything, I was like, yeah, he's kind of funny. But, like, Chris Pratt is Chris Pratt.
He's great. I mean, he is how he is in every movie. And
There's definitely moments of overacting, for sure.
100%.
The one I can think of is Bryce Dallas Howard trying to distract a dinosaur, and she starts smacking a ladder with a gun, and it's just going, ah! And it was like way too long and way too dramatic. It was like, stop, just stop. But yeah, like Jeff Goldblum's in the movie for a little bit.
Yes.
And
I guess.
he's there doing his thing, doing his Jeff Goldblum thing.
They pulled, they pulled a Bryan Cranston on that one.
Yeah, interesting how.
Not exactly. But,
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
not
exactly. But
interesting how they kind of were tying everything together with some of the older movies too.
a little
I
bit,
thought.
yeah. Like I say, I agree with you. There's genuinely some parts of this movie that are like way better, but it kind of, as with all of the Jurassic Park sequels, this movie also suffers from a few instances of, did there have to be a dinosaur here? Like,
Absolutely.
like there's a couple moments where it's like there's already enough tension without it. You could have just had this happen, and I thought because I mean it's in all the trailers. The Indoraptor is a much better dinosaur thing than the Indominus Rex. What dumb name?
Yeah,
but
definitely better
because it wasn't overused, and just the setting was a lot more claustrophobic, which worked.
Yeah,
they kind of touch on some more deeper
Did
ideas.
they kill it by the end of the movie?
Yeah.
I mean,
why can't they do?
It's okay. They'll cut its tooth off.
They'll make another one or something.
Yeah, they're gonna make another one. Like that's exactly
right.
how this whole movie went down.
Yeah.
But like, they got more philosophical things in this movie, which I thought which is really something that like Jurassic Park movies never really did. Besides the first one, was like, should we do this? And then after that, it's like, well, we should just they're already here. Let's just leave them alone. Is basically all the other ones. And then now because again in the trailers, there's like the island's gonna blow up or whatever the hell. Actually, I mean, which is bad. Which is one of the bad things about the movie.
Yeah, a volcano, while a very powerful, crazy ass thing when it erupts, will not blow up an entire massive fucking island. The entire island,
or have like
no
cracks miles from the volcano.
Yes,
where lava is just geysering out of the sky. Like I'm like, okay, you're just trying to use that special effects budget and kind of go.
Yeah.
But like because like, should we just let them die? I mean, that's like the whole thing with the trailer. And I'm like, oh, that's a legitimate question. These things that went extinct, do they have a right? Do they have any rights to like to live? And it's like it's some interesting stuff. And the ending of the movie is a bit different. A little bit. I mean, it's a bit of the same, but it's a bit different.
Yeah,
so.
and it's definitely better than the ending of Jurassic World, which I thought was just bad.
They're all still on the island. I mean, there's still predators on the island. You're in a hangar. What the fuck's that gonna stop? There's a T-Rex.
I remember how the movie ended now.
It's like there's a T-Rex like not that far away. Like, and you just got the doors open. Everybody gonna die.
Yeah,
but
and I
I
found it
friends.
Yeah, I found it interesting how, like, in the first movie, like, things went bad and for the park, blah, blah, blah. It was a big, dumb fucking
the usual
movie.
Jurassic Park shenanigans.
And you didn't really think about it, what could happen, but then, like, the actual consequences of that, in a way, I thought was nice. Yeah. And now it's going to be the Jurassic World.
The Jurassic World. You can interpret that however you may wish, but...
It's like...
Who are they going to bring back for the next one? They brought back... Well, B.D. Wong is for these two, and then Jeff Goldblum. They're going to get Alan Grant. Is he going to show up with his boring Indiana Jones spiel that he does, in all his movies?
Yeah.
But...
It's a movie I enjoyed way more than I think I should have enjoyed it. But, like, it's also a movie that, like, I don't really want another one, but there's going to be another one.
There's going to be another one. It's a movie that I sat there and I'm like, look, I'm going to have fun. And you know what? I did.
Yeah.
I sat there and I'm going to enjoy this. No matter how stupid and dumb it gets. And trust me, there are plenty of moments where it gets pretty stupid.
Yes.
I'm like, you know what? Awesome. A couple 6 shots here and there and things. I'm like, cool. I didn't think about it too much. Yeah. If I think about it, it might piss me off. And I'm like, you know what? I want to enjoy this.
Yeah. Also, I thought it was very, like, atypical in a way of, like, all right, they saved a few dinosaurs from the exploding volcano.
From the exploding island.
Yeah. And they wanted to sell them as weapons to giant military dudes. Basically. Like, I'm like, I feel like this sort of thing happens way too much. It's like, let's weaponize this sort of thing.
I mean, that was kind of the first time they did it. It was in the last one. But, like, that kind of thing is like, we got...
You just see that a lot in other movies.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
It's very alright. So...
Yeah.
It's not going to watch it again. I don't know if I need to watch it again.
Nothing can be worse than Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, that's hard. It's really... It's
Spinosaurus killed a T-Rex.
Also...
That wouldn't happen.
Also, talking raptor that yells Alan.
Yeah.
Dude carries around parachute entire movie.
Yeah.
Just on the off chance that he might have to jump off something. He didn't bring it. He found the parachute. Got it off of a dead body. And he's like, I might need this later. Sure enough, he needed it later. Like, it's fucking dumb. Oh yeah, and then also Community. Fuck that movie.
Yeah.
That's pissing me off the more I think about it. Fuck that movie.
Steven Spielberg do that one?
He did the second one. Steven Spielberg definitely did the second one. I don't know if he had anything to do with the third one. He broke his train of not being a part of the needless sequels. You know, he dodged Jaws, and then he's like, "I lost for Jurassic Park. Awesome. Let's make another movie that doesn't follow the books at all." What?
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk some video games. Fortnite crossplay. Let's do it.
We're getting into the fun stuff now.
All right, so this kind of blew up not long after Nintendo's Direct on Tuesday.
Tuesday, not this past Tuesday, but Tuesday before.
And it's kind of gained a lot of steam, I feel, since. So Fortnite became available for the Switch, and everybody's like, "Cool, I'm gonna check it out because it's on the Switch. Why not?" I did that too. And you open it up and you try to link your Epic account, and it says, no, your Epic account is tied to a platform that does not support whatever. Like, you cannot link it to another one. Basically, that's just a nice professional way of saying your Fortnite account is linked to a PlayStation and you can't play it anywhere else now. Ever.
Because it's on PlayStation.
Ever. And so now it became, I think it's really hit, kind of ran into the, wall because Fortnite's like the biggest game in the world right now. And that's just kind of a problem. Because also in that message it says something like, the Epic support staff and whatever cannot do anything about this, basically, so don't fucking ask us. Like, and even if you unlink your account from PlayStation and try to use it on Switch or Xbox or PC, you can't. Like, you can't even unlink it and then try to link it again to a different console.
Well, okay, let's get to the explanation a little bit, and then I'll explain.
Yeah, and here's another problem with that. It's like, if I sunk a ton of time and money into the PlayStation 4 version, then I'm stuck there, and I would have to make a whole new account to get that stuff on a Switch or an Xbox or something. Like,
whereas at least on the Switch and the Xbox, you can go back and forth.
Right, yeah. And you can't carry your progression at all. You can't carry your leveling, nothing. But on Switch and Xbox, like, those two play with each other.
Yeah.
Literally. I think you can play between Xbox, PC, Switch, and mobile all at the same time.
Yeah.
But PlayStation can only go against mobile and PC. But like say you primarily played on an Xbox, and then you have that one friend that plays on PlayStation, and you're like, yeah, I'll jump on tonight with you and I'll play Fortnite with you. You link your account, you're fucking screwed. Even though you primarily play on Xbox. Like, you literally would have to go play on PS4 if you wanted to continue your account.
Yeah.
Where you just make a new one. It's just, it's a little fucked up and a little kind of crazy that Sony is blocking that. I know why they're, the reason why they're blocking it is because, one, they're in a position of power to do so, and two, money. Like, they don't want you to go spend money on buying skins in Fortnite on Xbox and then you're able to use them on PlayStation because they want their cut of that transaction.
Yeah.
But like everybody else is like, who cares? That's more people playing on our platform potentially. Just let them play where they want.
Yeah, it's like, and there's two interesting things that came out about this. One of them doesn't have to do with Fortnite, the other one does, which is I saw a thing where there's like special Fortnite skins or whatever, special stuff for just the PlayStation on the Fortnite. So maybe that's like them being like, well, here we got this exclusive stuff. You have to have it on PlayStation. You can't take your exclusive stuff across, which seems just like a very thin skin thing. Of be like, look, like, it's not exclusive if you can play it everywhere. And then there was a real nice video put out, Minecraft video.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Of basically just all about just jerking off the idea that Switch and Xbox can play together.
Yeah.
And I think even call out Sony at one point in it or something like that. It's basically just like a big middle finger to Sony.
Well, they have it. It comes up at some point and it says "Survive Together," and half of it is the Xbox green with the Xbox logo, and then the other half is the Switch like red or whatever, which is just hilarious. And then apparently the UK Xbox Twitter account tweeted at Nintendo and said, "Hey, you want to play Fortnite together tonight?" It's like, oh, it's the shade. It's great. I love it.
That is why, in some ways, at least in terms of marketing, Twitter is like one of the greatest social media advances to ever happen, because you get things like that, and you get like the Wendy's Twitter account, which is also can be quite good, and things like that. So.
I mean, it sucks. I hope it happens. I hope Sony changes. I can see them just not giving a fuck, but at the same time, like it just does not look good for them when they could totally avoid this situation.
Because also just think about they're again, it's the sort of thing they're like very much like thinking about now. That's basically what they're thinking about.
They're not thinking about.
Whereas, like, you look at all this good PR and press that Microsoft's getting, because Microsoft is very pro gamer right now. They're very much like, you want original Xbox games? You want to play those on your Xbox One for free? Or, if you own them, boom, there you go. We're moving all kinds of 360 games. You want your exclusives to come in, so boom, you pay $120 a month. You don't want to pay any more for exclusives? Boom, they come out day one. Crossplay? Sure. And then come next generation. Here's the thing. This is the thing that Sony's not thinking about. What if, for whatever reason, the whatever the next Xbox is does better than the PlayStation? Yeah. And it's just like, again, with the good PR that Microsoft's getting and stuff like that.
I mean, who knows? And if Xbox continues to have the services, who knows on the power side or the price side. But then they've also basically said at E3, like, yeah, we're building a ton of games and we're going to be ready to just unload them on you. Who knows if they're going to be good games or not? Can't tell.
Which is the thing,
but still, they have it to where, like, the stars are starting to align for them. Whereas Sony is just kind of doing what they want. And I'm just really wondering if history will repeat itself when the new consoles roll around. If, like, the leader stumbles. Who knows? I mean, time will tell on that. But
I just had a funny thought, which would be like, again, this hypothetical scenario happens where the next Xbox does marketably better than whatever the next PlayStation is. Now, maybe not as big of a leap of a gap as what the PS4 has over the Xbox One. And then Sony's like, yeah, we're interested in crossplay. And then Microsoft's just like, fuck that. Nah, we're good. we'll keep playing with Switch. But nah, you can keep your money.
I think because Microsoft's open to it now, they can't go back.
They can't go back. I was just saying it would be really funny, or at least if there was a sly comment, so some kind of sly comment about it, like E3 2013 talking about how you can play. We're not making you. You can play your games how you want on a PS4 kind of thing. Those kind of sly, just like jabs at them. Be all for that.
I don't know. I don't really have too many thoughts on it. Like, I like what PlayStation is doing. There are things I don't like that they do, but like right now, I just kind of really respect the fact that they're doing their own thing. They're putting out like single player games in a market that's trying to tell people. Like, at least for me, I think PlayStation has earned a lot of like goodwill, at least over this generation, because they have the better, and not that I hate Xbox or anything, but just maybe devil's advocate a little bit. But like Sony in this console they have the better console to me that's more pro gamer. Like Xbox, I remember when I got it, it was just like, then I got an Xbox One. It was just like weird navigating certain things. Everything with the PlayStation 4, it's like right there, and there's always like a quick button to everything, and everything's like so much better organized. Screenshots are easier. Taking videos are easier. There's a lot of things it's a better system for video games. I think where Microsoft does a lot of other things better, I think PlayStation is just better for video games. And we won't know if there's a next console generation, like what the PlayStation 5 is going to be like. It could be fucking incredible. I mean, Microsoft has had like the Xbox One, Xbox One S, and Xbox One X, and I mean, none of them have really hit as well as the PlayStation this year. And the Xbox One X is arguably kind of a why sort of thing. Like, yeah, it's beefed up, but it's kind of like a generation and a half sort of thing. Like, why? It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not. I don't think it's not selling, but I don't think it's selling tremendously. Tremendous. But another thing I like about PlayStation is that, like I said, like in a generation, like the current climate of video games now is that, you know, EA is telling you, and so many different places are trying to tell you, like, oh, well, it's not about single player experiences anymore, and they're trying to like guide away from that. I mean, you look what BioWare is going more toward now. EA in general is going more toward even like, I mean, Fallout's still about, you know, you can play it by yourself if you want, but it's an online only thing, and Sony has still kind of been that bright spot that's just like, yeah, we have a bunch of single player games, like we're just working on making great games and we don't really care what other people think. I think partially that might be where it comes in, is like, okay, well, we're just worried about what we're doing. We're not focused on multiplayer games right now. Like, that's not a lot of what Sony's doing. I think it could come back to bite them in the future, but I don't know. Who knows? I think, like what you said about the Fortnite thing, like their PlayStation exclusive skins, it still doesn't really hold up on their end of like, oh, well, they're exclusive. Like, you still have to buy a PlayStation and get the game for PlayStation and get those skins on PlayStation to have them. So they still kind of made their money from it. Yeah. And maybe you can go out and flaunt them elsewhere, and then someone's like, oh, I want that skin. Oh, I have to get a PlayStation. It's just marketing. You know, like, there are a lot of things that make sense for PlayStation to do it, but I don't know. I think they're really just kind of... I think maybe it could be a bad thing. I think it is definitely there. It's a business, so there is greed involved, and there are bad intentions. But to some degree, I think it's more like they're focused on just doing what they want to do and worried about PlayStation games, so that they don't end up like a Microsoft where they had 2 buggy ass games this year.
Yeah, it's just
and when the fuck's Crackdown even? Is it 2019? Is it?
Yeah, it's 2019.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you for sure.
I mean, just to play devil's advocate, I do think it's better if they would do it, but
yeah. But the one thing that I think is kind of interesting is how Microsoft and Sony have almost flipped their mindsets from the beginning of this generation to where they are now. Because Sony came out in the beginning and said, like, we are for the gamer. This is built to play fucking video games, and that's it. And, you know, and then they had things like, you can transfer your GTA 5 account from Xbox 360 to PlayStation 4.
That's
no
the thing
problem.
about this whole thing.
It's like, they announced that on stage at E3 2014. Like, okay, then why is it a problem to just transfer your progress from Fortnite from one console to the next or whatever? Like, who gives a fuck? It's a progress. You're really going to block somebody because they bought some superhero skin on your Xbox? Like, stupid. But then, like, they've just become a little bit arrogant in their decisions just
mods.
Because of, like... Yeah, mods. That's another great one. Of, like, yeah, we're the leader. We can do whatever we want, and it just doesn't matter. And they're focused on them, but I feel like sometimes they're not as focused on the consumer, and it's just... Sometimes it just looks bad for them. Whereas Microsoft was not about the consumer in the beginning and has totally swapped their mindset to be everything about the consumer and just trying to get good PR and being the good guy. And yes, they've totally fallen down on their face the last few years in terms of games. There's no denying that. But at least in terms of just PR and business moves, like, I don't know. It's just interesting how they flopped, and it's interesting how, like, Microsoft's E3 was great. It didn't do really anything to sell you on an Xbox One right now, sort of thing. Their fall lineup's not going to do that. Their only game they have coming out this fall is Forza Horizon 4, which looks great. Don't get me wrong, but you know that's it. You know, whereas they were more playing the long game at E3 this year. Whereas Sony sort of, like, they had good games, but they stumbled in terms of their presentation, people weren't as good. They didn't feel as good about it. Microsoft, everybody felt really good about, but then this Fortnite stuff came out for Sony, and it's just like it all kind of hit for them in not the greatest way, whereas Microsoft, it hit in the right way.
In the right way, yeah.
You know? Yeah. It was an interesting time.
The only other thing I'll add, which is... Because I know that like single player games is sort of the thing that sells consoles in a lot of ways. You know, the exclusives that you get, or the exclusives. That's what I mean. The exclusives. Sorry, I didn't mean single player. Exclusives is sort of how you convince people that you can play.
It shows off your
console. Shows off the console. Like here, you can play. If you want to play this game, you have to buy this machine. Yeah. And I get that, but then also at the same time, though yes, Sony almost undoubtedly has the better first party lineup, and it would almost probably I would even maybe think until we are shown otherwise they would have the best first party lineup next gen. I mean, almost undoubtedly, just because Sony's always just had a great first party lineup. But then you also kind of look at it and third party games, they almost undoubtedly make more money off of third party games than they would from first party, just because of how many there are. And the better place to play third party games is literally just about any other console, like on Xbox, because then you can play with other people, and it's just
you play with other people. If you have the X, that's the better performing console too.
And it's just like people switch, and it's just, so it's like that would be like again my one counterpoint to the whole they're doing their thing. It's like, well, yeah, but those sell consoles, but then you also have to think, it's like if I did not have Overwatch at this point, and it came out that Overwatch was coming out on the Switch, which will never happen, and it's like, oh yeah, you can play Xbox and Switch people can play Overwatch together. Like, well, I'm fucking getting that on Xbox. Like, and then it's like, well, it's like it's basically like now if any game comes out and they're like, oh yeah, there's going to be open crossplay between the Xbox and the Switch, or any sort of thing like that, I'll probably be like, well, there's reason to get it on Xbox or the Switch. Like, I'd probably get it on the Switch at that point because, boom. So, yeah.
I guess the last thing I have to say about it is like the only thing this should do for people is remind them that even though it's like, oh, Microsoft's doing this cool thing, I like Microsoft now. Like, Microsoft doesn't really care about you, and Sony doesn't care about you. They're like huge businesses that are in it for money. Like, no one really cares about you. Like, the people working there might, like, I'm sure Sean Layden and Phil Spencer are like cool people, and they're like, I want the best for this, or I want that. But as a business, like, they don't care about you at all. I think that's like the important thing to sort of remember.
Yeah, that's true.
People do get wrapped up a lot in video games. Like, oh, I'm a Nintendo person. It's like, how'd that work out for you last gen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure they had your best interest in mind, Yeah, we'll put Breath of the Wild out for Wii U. Only Wii U.
JK.
Yeah.
Oops.
How you liking Breath of the Wild, by the way?
I haven't done enough in it to really say that it's living up to what everyone has said about it.
You gotta get off the Great Plateau.
Yeah, I got off the plateau. I got the glider from Fuckface, and I went off and I went in between those big rocks where they said to go, and I met the tree fucker, and then, not like he was fucking trees, but he was a tree, and he was a fucker,
I got you.
And he wanted some nuts, so I gave him my nuts, and he and I went around to this kooky caca poo poo village, whatever.
Cocorico Village.
Yeah, whatever it was. I kept calling it Puerto Rico Village, I don't know why. Because I said it all like wrong the first time, like what was it, like Puerto Rico, and then in my mind for some reason I just got stuck on it's Puerto Rico Village, and I got there and I stopped and I saved it there. I didn't even go in the village yet, and then I've been playing other stuff since, so I haven't done enough of it to really say like, oh yeah, this is the game everyone's been saying. Like, I'm not saying it's not that game, I just haven't had those experiences yet.
Yeah, it's cool when you start doing the Divine Beast. And then also just find a tower, climb to the top, look around, and go, I want to go there. And that's what
the only thing that I'm worried about at this point is I have all of the rune abilities except for one. I have the two bombs, stasis.
I'm trying to think what the other one.
I have the ice one.
The ice one, the magnet one.
They have the magnet one. I think there's one more slot available.
I don't think it's Amiibo.
Yes.
I think that's the Amiibo.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the
Then I
Amiibo.
have all of the.
Eventually, at some point, they'll let you use it.
So let's see, you can use
okay.
you can use some.
I have all the rune abilities. The only thing I'm worried about is like, where's the progression in the game? Like, am I just set for now? Like, I know I can increase my health.
It's
stamina,
essentially,
but like, there are no abilities, there are no skills. Like, I have everything. And it's just sort of make my own fun.
In terms of that stuff, like
Yes.
you do increase your stamina and your health, and then it's basically, well, you do get other abilities for defeating the divine beast. Like you get an extra ability.
Yes.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, then the other thing is like just improving your armor and your weapons and things like that.
And there's some cool fucking. I mean, you feel like you're discarding weapons and shields a lot, but later on, like there are some really cool shit. I found.
Like there's the one thing. The one thing that I found that I was like, this is like the best thing was I fought one of the Lionels, but like one of the white ones, and I got his bow and it fires.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait, what part
What's
of it?
wrong with him white? What's the white
No,
one?
I mean
What does that have to do with
that's
anything?
just the most powerful one,
okay.
which is also which is very funny.
Okay.
But and it fires 5 arrows for the cost of 1. So I'm like,
how do you beat those fuckers that come out of the ground? Like, do you know those shrines at the beginning? And there's one where it's like there's this sort of like maze that you have to get through, and this fucker is just on the ground, and he like has a red dot sight on you, and he'll just shoot you.
Oh, those
The
are
Guardians?
the Guardians.
Yeah.
Basically,
I was pounding away at one. I was trying like everything.
you got to get better stuff. There, in some of the shrines, you fight them, and then you get these ancient weapons that do extra damage against them.
Okay, because I was like spending probably half an hour on one. I'm just like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
you just gotta get better.
Yeah, you just gotta get a little bit better shit because later on, even when you have some better stuff, some of the shrines they're tests of strength, which is you have to fight one of them, and they range because if you do like a major test of strength, it'll be like not the biggest one, but step down, and that can be a very intense fight. But the ones you see out in the world, at least for a while, just run. Just run. Don't even waste your time.
There's I don't know if you found it. There's a spot underneath one of the labyrinths in that game where there's like 10 of them.
Yeah, because I ran down there.
Like,
I ran down there to get.
There's something.
There's something down there. Yeah, and I got to the chest. I opened the chest, and as soon as I opened the chest, like I saw all the lasers pointing at me. There was like 6 of them. I was like,
oh no!
Oh, I gotta get out of here! It like made my balls tingle.
I want to run through the ending of that game again, just because. And I also almost want to like restart the game so I can just do a boss run version of that game. Just fight all 5 bosses in a row, or I guess 6.
There's so much that I still want to do in that game. Like there's so many cool.
I haven't done anything with the cycle. Like I've not played since the most recent update.
I started doing the DLC for that. It is so fucking hard, dude, in the beginning because they give you this weapon to where you have a quarter of 1 heart left. So you get hit once, you're done. And you have to go to these different camps and take everybody out. But the thing is that weapon is a 1-hit KO if it's charged up. So it's brutal. I think I've gotten 3 out of 4 done because you do that, you defeat everybody at the camp, then it opens the shrine, you have to do the shrine. And then you go to the next one. It's so hard.
Well, I'm like at the point where I can't. I think I have max everything, so it's like going to shrines is just more for fun than actually doing anything. Also, there's something you can sort of somewhat break the game after a while once you learn things. Like have you encountered the red moon at all? Where enemy? So basically that just means enemies respawn. But also shrine enemies.
Well, no, it has happened. There was a thing that something came up on the screen. Yeah, it was like, oh, enemies are going to respawn. I'm like, oh.
Well, shrine enemies respawn as well. So if you need again, because you're going to fight a lot of guardians at the end of the game, you need ancient weapons. Boom, just go back to all the shrines again and kill the things again, and then you get weapons.
Yeah.
And then,
I think it's just the exploration of the world that just blew me away in that game.
Yeah.
It's like I just loved going around that world and finding stuff and figuring things out.
Oh yeah, like after a while, I was just like, I just want to
so
find every tower,
fun.
and I did.
Yeah.
I just went and climbed every tower, and I have the whole map opened up. I'm like, awesome.
I think I still have like 2 that I never got. There's one like the bottom right hand corner map that I never got.
Yeah, I know. Fun game.
It's a great game.
I need to play that game more. Just because, why not?
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of E3 really quick, we'll just do a quick wrap up. We're about 2 weeks out from it now, but any kind of closing thoughts? We're going to go over games that are coming out later this year. So if there's something that tingles your balls coming out later this year, save some of your thoughts.
I think...
But...
okay, I'll save that point then for there. I mean, there was a lot of games that are like, you know, that are coming, like... I think every single conference had at least one game that's like not coming out this year that I'm like, that's a game that I'm definitely going to play, you know, next year, you know, when... with EA, even with EA, you know,
that Star Wars game that
it's like,
they
like Star Wars
about.
They just talk about like, you know what, that could be cool. Who knows? Because it's Respawn. Respawn does good things. And then Microsoft, I was like, both. I was kind of like Cyberpunk and then Gears 5, and I'm like, yeah. And then Ubisoft was like Skull and Bones looked really good. I'm like,
like everything from PlayStation,
everything
except for Spider-Man.
Well, okay, Spider-Man, yeah. And then you know Bethesda had like Doom Eternal, and I'm like, that's what I want. It's like that's
6.
That's coming out next year.
Nintendo had Super Mario Party, and you're like, that's what I want.
No, I mean it was mostly Smash.
Yeah.
But oh my God, Smash! I think I have it to like 6 games I'm getting for the rest of the year, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. Did everybody watch Nintendo Direct?
I did.
Did you watch
No,
Smash
I sort
stuff?
of heard some highlights of it from someone I work with.
Yeah, I mean the Direct itself.
He was pissed because there was no Metroid and.
Yeah, the Direct itself was slightly disappointing because they truly did focus on just things come out this year, except for Fire Emblem that they announced for spring of next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no Metroid or anything like
Did
that.
they talk about those Pokemon games?
Very
Talk
like
about
not
Let's
really
Go.
like any nothing new.
Because there's nothing to say about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
That's
wasn't
what
a
it
whole
is.
lot new with it, but they spent, God, it felt like 20 minutes on Smash Bros.
They did.
They went through everything. Like, every character in Smash Brothers history is in that game. Almost every stage. They tweaked characters.
They you know, like how different move sets work and things like that.
There's 3 new characters so far. The Inklings from Splatoon. The new Splatoon map looks cool to fight on because it's like a vertical map. It looks interesting. Ridley from Metroid.
Yeah.
And then Daisy from Mario
From Daisy.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they started talking some weird things like about
Like techniques and stuff.
no, I meant like about
Okay.
characters, like whatever they were calling like Dark Pit and Daisy. It's basically the same as another
Yeah.
character, just with like
I
some,
forget what they call those.
Yeah, I forget what they call them too. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, but yeah, there's like 50 characters already, and I mean,
64.
and you think they're gonna add more? So I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck.
You imagine it's going to be DLC or something like that. But like, even characters you thought might not have come back because of like licensing concerns. Like Snake is back.
Solid Snake's back.
Cloud's back. Bayonetta's back. Like,
Ice,
stuff's awesome.
brought back Ice Climbers, like just like if it
Pokemon
existed.
Trainer.
There's 3 different links in this game.
Is he in it?
Yeah.
He's in
Okay,
it.
that's all I
There's
care about.
3 different. There's 3
Yeah.
different links.
Yeah, and they've tweaked like it looks a lot like the Wii U version, and they've tweaked at least something on almost every character. They've either made ultimates better or they just tweaked like a move or something.
Now like all the ultimates are just like hit a button, do things. There's like no like when you would play Sonic and you would have to move him around the stage. Now he just does it. Like a lot of stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but that takes away the skill a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Also, 8-player battles are back, which makes me happy. You can still use a fucking GameCube controller if you wanted to.
Didn't increase the limit at all?
We
To like
make
10?
No.
10 Smash? Oh, okay.
It's just it's still going to be 8. I hope they increase the number of 8-player stages. I mean, there was a good amount in the Wii
but a lot of
version,
them were
but-
just like, we're just gonna flatten this area out,
Yeah.
and it's like here, it's the flatter version of this map. And I was like,
Yeah, but they didn't say anything about like a Smash Tour like mode.
well,
or
they said they're doing something different for like a single
Yeah.
player, and they didn't. But that's all they
They
said.
didn't really say what it was, and they also didn't say anything about like creating stages. Still, if you could do that,
I assume so.
yeah. But it
We need to make Smash good.
like there's a reason why it's called Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Like I almost wonder if do you do another Smash Brothers
No.
after this? I feel like you can't. You cannot make a new Smash Brothers after this.
I mean, basically, it would just be like this. It would just be the next
has to
console
be.
comes out. It's like, boom, everything from the last console, we're bringing that. We're bringing
Yeah.
new characters. You remember that one NPC that was in there in one town in Super Mario Odyssey? Boom, he's a character now.
Yeah. I mean, it's everything that I've wanted, to be honest with
T-Rex.
Yeah.
I'm totally down for it. The only thing I'm just slightly disappointed on is when it's coming out. Coming out a little later than I thought. December 7th.
7th.
Which is fine. I mean, it'll be here eventually.
I mean, it'll survive.
Yeah.
I mean, also it's far away from the fall.
Yeah.
Far enough away from the fall. I mean, it'll live.
Yeah. I think like it was kind of an interesting year, for sure, for E3. Like I feel like we're about to be in this weird ass stage of like companies don't want to announce too much far out because of what the next consoles might be, and also like streaming is going to be a weird thing soon. And then I feel like we smashed headlong like head first into there's going to be new consoles pretty soon, because now like people are talking about it, and there's clearly some games there that are like, is that even going to be on these consoles? Like I know they said Cyberpunk's targeting these consoles, but like really is is Halo
but like
exactly.
is it even worth it at this point? Like I can maybe understand Starfield, one last big hurrah for because I mean what for Bethesda games on this console generation, you know, but I mean definitely that over. I mean there's no way Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out on this console generation.
Yeah. But I also think like I think Halo Infinite will be on a new console. I mean they said it's going to be on Xbox One too, but I think they'll pull a Breath of the Wild.
Or like
you know?
that happened to any console change. So there's a lot of games that just kind of were like, here, it's on both.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you can.
But I thought that was interesting about this E3 too. Yeah. I feel like too like Nintendo needed to really just continue to lay the fucking smackdown on people, and they kind of didn't.
Well, it's sort of the thing.
They didn't. If you're not a fan of Smash Brothers,
they did. If you're not a fan of Smash Bros. And it's also something I'm kind of noticing with Sony a little bit, because you know Sony's got PSX, which is like their whole thing where they can just kind of go nuts and announce games. It's almost like
if they want to.
Last
one they definitely didn't.
But you know who knows? They didn't really do all that much like that. You know, so but it almost seems like some of these like especially Nintendo, maybe to some extent Sony. It's like E3 is just kind of like a stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this was just a Nintendo Direct that just happened to take place on E3 weekend. Like, the next Nintendo Direct could just be like, boom, here's a bunch of fucking games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, same kind of thing. Like, so Sony didn't announce too much new and, nobody heard of this stuff. But then PSX might come around and be like, boom, here's like 5 other exclusives that are happening.
Yeah. I think in terms of announcements, E3 is still pretty important, but the stage show, I don't know how important it is. Like, why couldn't Sony have just put a 45-minute video together and just hit play? It still would have got the same effect across, except I feel people wouldn't have been like, that was fucking weird, I didn't like the presentation, it kind of killed the whole thing. Whereas, like, if they just rolled those trailers, rolled all that gameplay in a 45-minute Nintendo Direct like video, why not? I would save them a lot of money.
EA might as well do that too, because like in
a way, everybody should.
Yeah, like I think the only people who still like. Well, honestly, it's just because I mean I think Bethesda. I mean, I guess everything Bethesda did, they could have done in a video. But I think Bethesda does a good job with the stage presentation. Maybe cut Andrew WK, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Just like boom, so they come out and it's like 20 minutes of Todd Howard jerking his own dick. Which everybody cheered for.
I can jerk his dick in my face.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. He's a great speaker.
I'm not saying there was anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that's what happened.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Microsoft. Like Microsoft does good, and Ubisoft tries to do good, but then it's just like, what are you doing a lot of times? So
I kind of enjoy that. I hope Ubisoft doesn't change. I kind of enjoy them.
Yeah, like
being
those
fucking weird.
Like those three, but I think definitely
that one guy that was super serious about the Division 2.
Yes. And the other guy that we sort of missed, but was like way too serious about Trials.
he tripped over and knocked over some things.
He came in on a bike.
It's still a great time to me. Like it's my favorite time of the year.
Because even now, they always like have something somewhat new, even if it's a game
I think Microsoft has to have a person out there. They have to have people out there every year, because they're the one. Even Sony now, I'm just like, but Microsoft, I think, is the one of the year that they don't have people out there. I'm like, it's a corporation, it's a machine. Like, they need to have people out there I can relate to them.
It's in some ways they're the most corporate.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
I mean, even Sony, to some degree, I feel like they that one year when they was just like, we're just gonna show trailers from now on, I'm just like, I didn't know how I felt about that. But like Microsoft, I don't know, for some reason is the one that's just like, yeah. The second they don't have a person out there, I'm like, what's going on?
Phil Spencer's always going to show up, at least, to talk a little bit. And then maybe they just
I mean, Sean Layden, too.
Yeah. See, I like
They're
how
always
Microsoft does theirs, because I think they've really perfected how to do the balance of let's just roll a ton of trailers, and then also let's have a person out here talk every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like, they really have a good balance of it, whereas Sony's just like, hi, I'm Sean Layden, thanks for showing up.
Bye.
See ya.
Or you get EA, who's like, here's the winner of the FIFA World, the FIFA, FIFA 19 World Cup, and also here's the dude who won the Madden Championship, and it's like,
the thing that I don't like that Sony's, I feel like they've done the past few years of like, and it was a big theme of this year's show of like, are they done? Especially with Sony's was like, are they really done? Like, I guess they're done. Like, they don't even have someone come out.
It was
just before the last thing.
Yeah. It was very strange that they're like, this year we're focusing on games, but they didn't have anyone talking about the fucking games. Like, that's an important part of it. Like, you gotta have people come out and say, like, oh, this is what we want to do with the game. Yeah. Like, showing stuff is cool, but, like, just focusing on the games also means, like, focusing on the people that make them.
Yeah, because...
Where Ubisoft's good at celebrating. Like,
yeah.
Here's the people who have worked hard on this game. We're going to talk
everyone
about it.
Everyone comes out the stage.
Sometimes it can drag on, depending if you're not into that game, and it's like, oh my god, you just spent 6 minutes on this fucking game, But they're good at doing that. I felt it was a solid year.
Yeah,
I could see why people would be disappointed, but there are so many games that I'm looking forward to over the next year.
It was an incredible year.
Yeah,
like the quality of the software is just fucking through the roof right now to me. So let's go through stuff coming out. We're not going to go over every game, but games coming out.
The big ones.
Before the end of the year.
The big ones.
Starting in July. Which is not a lot in July. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on Switch.
Fuck yeah, I played the demo. The demo was like 20 minutes long.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a good game.
I got to switch, but who knows?
Hotel Transylvania 3 Monsters Overboard.
Is that the movie? Is that a game?
Making a game.
Octopath Traveler on Switch.
No, I've never really...
I'm going to play the demo. I mean, I'm probably still not going to get it, but I'll play the demo, and if the demo somehow wows me, I'll be like, maybe.
I played the first demo, and I was blown away by the visuals, but it's just not my thing. Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2, July 24th. No Man's Sky with their big update. Their next
what
update,
exactly
July
the fuck
24th.
is it?
Yeah, they're adding multiplayer, like real multiplayer.
MP.
Like you can build bases
but like
together.
What else?
Hang out.
It's all sorts of stuff. Here's a big update. We have one thing that we promised.
There's a lot more to it. I'm just not.
I don't give a fuck. I'm so off.
Xbox? Isn't that supposed to come to Xbox? Or is that like a thing else?
That game was so 5 years ago, even though it only came out.
Yeah.
Like 2.
One of my most anticipated games of the holiday, Overcooked 2, August 7th.
Right.
Looks good.
Fuck yeah. PC, Switch,
You fall
PS4.
out of space and then you're immediately cooking other things. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Let's do it. Madden NFL 19, August.
Fuck yeah.
We Happy Few, August 10th.
Eh.
The Walking Dead's final season, episode 1, August 14th.
I am probably going to play that.
Oh, the Telltale stuff?
Yeah.
Yep.
They gotta get that shit over with. Telltale's not in a good place.
They do. Yeah.
They're getting sued.
World of Warcraft.
The original CEO? The former CEO is like suing them.
Hmm.
So a lot of people are like, ooh, this is good. Get all the good games out. Get Wolf Among Us Season 2 out. And whatever. Fine, get Game of Thrones out.
Wolf Among Wall Street.
And Stranger Things. Get Stranger Things out. Boom. And then you can quit as a company.
Yeah.
I'm joking. That's really mean.
Yeah. World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth. The 7th expansion for this game.
Did they fucking announce that like a year ago?
Yeah.
Fuck, no.
They did.
No, didn't they announce Legion? Legion was a year ago.
I never played World of Warcraft.
I think I did for
I did for a little while.
For a day.
Yeah. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on Switch. Boom.
I love Monster Hunter.
Me too. Yakuza Kiwami 2. PS4.
I love Yakuza too. Also.
Divinity Original Sin 2.
I kind of want to try
PS4.
that. Because everyone's jacked that off. And it was
I saw it was like I went to GameStop. I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cheap. I was thinking about maybe the original Divinity.
Oh, the first one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to try this one for sure because how great of reviews it got. Getting into September when I think the real shit starts
It's
going down.
multiplayer too.
Yeah.
Fuck
That'd
yeah.
be pretty cool.
Yes.
Not crossplay.
No.
Of course not.
September. Destiny 2 Forsaken, September 4th.
Could be interesting.
Last year I
Could be
jumped
down.
on Destiny, or the last time I jumped in Destiny was when everything changed and they made it into like a real game. I don't know if this will be it. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
They're killing Cade.
Good.
And he's like dead.
Good.
Like, they're
I
not.
can't believe that.
I'm like,
That pisses me off, man. Like, he's one of the only characters I truly
unless
care
you
about.
actually build, you better actually build like good characters. I mean, great.
No.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It could be cool. That's why I'm not gonna. But
who knows?
Who knows?
Anthem could be a good game. Who
It
knows?
could.
Doesn't
I
look
doubt
like it.
that, though.
Doesn't look like it. Yeah.
Does look like
I'm
I'm just
look like it.
very much down for that gambit mode in this.
I
That
saw
looks
I saw
awesome.
some gameplay and stuff like that. Like you two separate sides of the map, you could teleport and go in and fuck with people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down for that. NBA Live 19.
Fuck right.
No. No.
What do you mean game of the year, bro?
Yeah,
I don't know why they brought it back, to be
I don't know
honest.
either. Marvel's Spider-Man on PS4, September 7th.
Games
Yeah.
would suck.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, September 14th.
Actually,
Eventually.
after what they showed off from that stealth stuff, I was really fucking into that. So, I don't know. Maybe when it gets closer, we start to see some more stuff. I'll probably watch a few, like, people doing walkthroughs on YouTube a little bit. I'll be like, oh, okay. This looks alright.
It's just like a Black Friday game. I think
Yes.
maybe.
I hope they kind
For
of
me,
improve
too.
the look of the game sometimes. In, like, animations and stuff. They kind of tighten that up a bit.
Yeah. Spyro Reignited Trilogy.
That's
Yes.
another, like,
21st.
Yes.
Again, I think I'll get it eventually.
Yes.
I don't know if I'll get it immediately.
So it's only, what, $30, $40?
$40.
Yeah. That's,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
I should probably beat Crash first.
Looks awesome. Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna, The Golden Country on Switch.
I love Xenoblade
September
Chronicles.
21st.
There are so many games that I love
Yeah.
that people tell me to play.
Code
Somehow
Vein.
they're all like Japanese games.
Yeah.
I don't know what I have against Japanese games. I don't have anything against Japanese games. I just don't. They're not my thing.
Code Vein,
Very
September
diplomatic.
28th. Speaking of Japanese
Oh,
games.
Code Vein, man.
Fucking, it's like Dark Souls with vampires.
I love Dark Souls too.
FIFA 19, September 28th.
Yeah.
Still coming to PS3 and 360.
Really? Wow.
This maybe I was gonna throw this out there because it was weird. Persona 5 is on PS3.
Yeah.
That fucking boggles my mind. I did not know that. I just saw it at GameStop yesterday. I'm like,
There's
the fuck
something
is
I'm
this?
going to bring up later. It's a game that like core gamers don't give a flying fuck about, but I think it'll blow you.
Core gamers don't give a fuck about this.
October, Forza Horizon 4, October 2nd.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm down.
Games Pass.
This is one of my favorite games out of E3. Mega Man 11, October 2nd.
Fuck yeah, Anna.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, October 5th.
That's the game I'm
I was
looking
gonna say,
more forward
let's say,
to.
I think you said that earlier this
I don't
week.
know. I'm kind of looking more forward to that game. Who knows? We'll see when it gets closer to coming out. Hopefully it's not a buggy fucking mess.
Oh,
but
it will be.
Yeah, it will.
It's
You know what's
Ubisoft.
funny?
It's Ubisoft, and it's only been a year.
I hope that they. I hope this is like the least Assassin's Creed game out of the Assassin's Creed franchise. Like I know I said this before. I sent in like a group text that I don't want assassins in this game. I don't want Templars. I don't want any of the original storyline stuff. Like no solar flares, no First Civilization, no
You are
whatever
right about that.
piece of Eden.
They confirm that the modern day stuff is in there. Which the modern day stuff
Fuck.
in Origins doesn't stick with me, but it wasn't as bad as it has been in the past 2 or 3 games.
I don't know why. I'm depressed now. I don't know why. I don't care about this stuff anymore. Like if they want to bring it back in a future game and focus on it and give it the proper,
I think that's what
proper
they're
go
trying
at
to
it, but
I think that's what they're trying to do with what they did with
maybe
Origins.
I'm not excited about this game anymore. I'm not excited.
One
You're
thing.
going to have assassins eventually. It's
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Maybe not Templars,
Yeah.
but Assassins.
Yeah, the Templars I can see not happening. Templars definitely
Don't-
wasn't a thing.
Templars
when
don't
Origins-
happen until right around the
haven't been
Crusade.
created yet, so it'll be like some assassin-like
So
character.
was this game
but
set before Origins?
Yeah, it's like
Why?
a few hundred years.
That's weird.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be after.
Then what's the point of calling it Assassin's Creed Origins?
Because it's the origin of the Assassin's Brotherhood.
This dude's just a fuckhead with a hood
Yeah.
and a fucking
Like,
magic
then what's
spear.
the point of this game? Why is it an Assassin's Creed game?
Hopefully, that was my hope that they would focus on making like a good game and then include the assassin stuff later on. But I don't know.
They're
Like, if
making
there's
it an
one thing
RPG.
that I learned from watching that terrible movie called Assassin's Creed is that just they haven't developed any of that stuff. like any of that, the Animus and whatever other stuff,
Well,
the
they
Templars and stuff.
They did back in the day.
Well, yeah, they haven't developed it since though.
Exactly.
Like Black Flag was, I almost called it Black Flag 4, but Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I don't know why I said the whole title of the game now. Let's just go with the fourth Assassin's Creed game titled Black Flag.
There you go.
: Black Flag. It was so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like all of it was dumb. It was a mess. Whatever they did in Unity was like acknowledging the Animus. It was all like they haven't developed that stuff since they killed off what's his nuts, Desmond.
Like it would actually be cool if there was actually like a story going on.
Yeah.
In the modern day, if you actually put care into it.
Yeah.
Right now it's like an obligation at this point.
Yeah, they keep trying to like occasionally like, okay, let's try to do this stuff, and then it's like it just seems like that's not what they want to do anymore. It seems like they don't care enough to do it anymore. They don't put the proper amount of effort into it. And even if they did, I don't know if I would like it at this point. I feel like maybe as games they've moved past that, maybe move on to a different story, which maybe they're doing. Who knows?
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I'm intrigued by it. I'll say that. Super Mario Party for the Switch.
I don't know if, I mean, it looks like it's still a weird Mario Party game, which it's like it's not. They fixed some things from 10, but it still looks a lot like 10. Like at least from the stuff that's on there.
I didn't see anything.
Like it's just like it still seems like you're gonna, because they added like a mini game space in 10, so you don't actually play mini games after every turn, which is like mini games are the best part of Mario Party, and it seems like there's at least something similar like that going on here.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. They were doing weird things of like putting switches together. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, I was like, all right, and then
Docking the switches.
yeah,
Super Mario
like,
Party
yeah.
is a game
Yeah.
that I would buy if it was like $20 because we could have a good time for $20 for sure. But it never drops in price. Who knows? Call of Duty Black Ops 4, October 12th. This game had a very weak showing. In
No.
almost non-existent
Yeah.
showing.
Yeah.
Which
And it's like, what the
shocked
fuck?
me.
They have a lot that they have to show off from this.
Shocked
I was
me.
like, Battlefield 5 sounds more interesting to me.
Yeah. Lego DC Villains, October 16th, which I feel like they've done this a
Legos.
million times.
I'm
With the DC
Yeah.
Villains thing.
It's because the DC stuff's because Lego Batman is more popular than the Lego Marvel stuff.
Yeah. Starlink Battle for Atlas, October 16th.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur 6, October 19th.
Dude, he plays Geralt.
Yeah. Battlefield 5, October 19th.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I'm not excited for that. I didn't like the last one. I'm sure this one's not really changed that much. I'm still going to get shot from all
loved
angles.
The last one.
When we get shot from all angles, it's going to frustrate me, and I'll just go back to playing Overwatch.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think you'll play just about anything, then go back and play Overwatch.
No. I mean, Overwatch is a game I play occasionally, but yeah. I mean, in terms of shooters,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
I'd
occasional
say,
Fortnite.
yeah.
Borderlands.
I don't really play Fortnite anymore.
Borderlands.
Yeah. Yeah,
Be doing
Borderlands. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Borderlands 2.
I'm stoked
We'll
for
have to do.
Battlefield 5.
We'll have to do the pre-sequel at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe play through
Yeah.
the pre-sequel with you.
Just Dance 2019.
Fuck
Stick
yes.
with me. October 23rd. Coming to Switch, PS4, do Phil Spencer, Xbox One, Xbox 360, Wii, and Wii U.
So wait, no PS3?
No PS3.
Why
say
the Wii?
But Wii U,
Why the Wii?
I guess people
Well, the
still play
Wii has at least might still have a semi-decent install base. I guarantee you the Wii U does not.
Yes.
But who's playing it on the Wii?
Who the fuck
Moms.
knows?
I don't know.
Maybe like a lot of the
Some Japanese guy out living in the forest or
people
some
of
shit?
the elder persuasion bought the game. Maybe
Why are
they
they
want
gonna
to
play
dance
Just
now.
Dance?
Maybe they want to dance.
Maybe
Are
they
you
don't.
saying old people can't dance?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, fine, fair enough.
It's too taxing.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2,
Yeah, I'm gonna
October
get it.
26th.
Honestly, maybe. I want to see... Because we haven't seen anything.
I
from it.
know.
So I want to see something.
I'll probably. I mean,
So I've learned from fucking games in the past that I don't want to go in when I don't see anything. So you get Andromeda. Probably Anthem.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
I'm down for this game, but I too want to see something.
Yeah.
They gotta show gameplay at least once before this thing's out. Although they really don't have to in a way.
it'll sell well, no matter what.
November. Overkill's The Walking Dead.
This
November
game's finally
6th.
coming out.
Yes.
After like
Have they showed any gameplay or anything?
I don't know.
maybe I just haven't seen any of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Hitman 2, November 13th.
That could be, it's a good eventual game.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
Fallout 76, November
Yeah.
14th.
I'm probably gonna get it.
Yeah, probably.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, November 16th.
Unless they announce some kind of
I
thing
love
where I
that
can turn
game.
off. Unless they announce some kind of thing where you can actually battle Pokemon, no.
Yeah.
That's like it. That's literally the
You
only
do
thing that
battle-
turns me
You
off.
do battle Pokemon.
I mean, like
It
wild.
has a
I mean,
battle
not in the
system.
wild.
I mean, out in the wild. Instead, like if you could turn off the Pokemon Go stuff and legitimately like battle wild Pokemon, like in
Oh,
the actual
yeah,
games.
that I don't know.
That's what I mean. Because otherwise, like yeah, you fight trainers, but that's half the game, and I don't want to play Pokemon Go for half the game. Pokemon Go is great when you're walking around an amusement park and you have nothing better to do while you're waiting in line to get on a ride. It's like, cool, what Pokemon are right next to me?
I heard someone say this. I feel it's the perfect way to say it. Like, this isn't the Pokemon, or how to say it. I'm messing it up already. This is something like I'm all for a Pokemon game on like the next iteration of Pokemon, like on Switch, but this isn't it.
Yeah, and hopefully that thing is what we're going to get next year.
Who knows? Hope they don't have dimensional beasts and dumb shit,
Some dumb
ass-wipe
person.
shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully they let me name my character something stupid. I hope they give you a rival.
Yeah.
They haven't had a rival in forever.
Yeah.
I like naming my rival dumb shit.
You named him dumb shit? You got away with
No, I started. I remember the last rival I named him Slut.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty
Pretty good. And then December, there's only 2 games. Just Cause 4, December 4th. And
No,
Super Smash Brothers.
I don't care about that game at all.
Super
Who
Smash
gives a
Brothers.
fuck
Ultimate.
about Just Cause?
December 6th.
That game only comes out just cause. Like I don't believe anyone plays that game because they don't have Uncharted. That's why people play Just Cause.
Oof. Throwing some sick
But it's
shit.
Square Enix, and their Uncharted is Tomb Raider.
Yeah, but they come up with something different then.
You can fly into tornadoes. And
Yeah, I could fly into a tornado in real life. Doesn't mean I'm fucking dude. I don't know. I just don't see the appeal of that game. It's like a sandbox, but like, what the fuck do you even do? Like, sandboxes are cool, but like, you know.
You get one game this fall. That's it. What is it? For me,
Wow, this is serious right now.
to me, actually, I'm a little torn.
I'm probably my cop out answer is Spider-Man because I'm probably just gonna get Spider-Man anyway. But
Yeah. I mean, it's either that or probably Fallout. I would
To
think
me,
maybe.
it's Red Dead Redemption 2 or Smash Brothers. Because
Yeah, Smash
Smash
could be a
Brothers
good
is like an almost infinitely replayable game to me. But Red Dead, I'm like, dude, that could be cool. But then Spider-Man, I'm like, that could be cool too. There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff.
yeah, which game that they announced is coming out next year? You're most excited for?
The game that's growing on me the most that's supposed to come out next year is Gears of War 5.
Yeah.
100%. I am
that
so
actually
down
supposed to come
for
out
that
next year?
story. They said 2019.
Oh,
I believe
shit.
them. I'm so down for that story and what it could be. I think it's awesome.
I'm trying to actually think of everything that actually
Cliffy
fucking comes out
B.
next year.
And also, like, I mean, I'm very, very much looking forward to The Last of Us Part 2 or Ghost of Tsushima, but Sony hasn't said anything about when they might
I feel
come
like
out.
The Last of Us Part 2's got to come out next year.
I
It
don't
looks like
know.
it seems like they've been working it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I would say if those two end up coming out next year at all, then I'm very much down for that.
Starfield. It's gonna come out next year. No.
That game is fucking... It's next gen, apparently. It's a next generation experience.
Yeah.
I want to say After Party. The people
Oh,
that
yeah,
made
that
Oxenfree.
seems fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
You drink your way out of hell or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's
You have to outdrink Satan.
that
Yeah.
premise alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking down. What's this? After Party?
After Party?
After
Yeah.
Party. All right, I'm gonna have to look for that.
Also,
It sounds like a great Is it good come on the Switch? It sounds like a great Switch game.
Oxenfree would be amazing. It's one of the style of games that would be great on the Switch.
Yeah.
That premise is so out there. I'm like, I just want to play that on a Switch.
Yeah. I mean, another one to me is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Coming out next year. That looks amazing.
Ori looks great.
If it comes out next year, they said next year for one of these. They didn't say anything about the other one. I would assume it's next year at some point.
Call of Duty.
I'm down for more Wolfenstein. So Wolfenstein: The Youngblood. Give it to me.
Doom. They did say spring of next year for the Wolfenstein.
I think Doom is like 2 years away.
It could be. I don't know, but
I think they would just. I think I could see Doom coming out next year because I think that because I mean they're going to show off stuff at QuakeCon. Someone
brought up the point that they were planning on showing off like that more Rage stuff, but like the trailer, they had to throw out the trailer. So that's one trailer down. So this kind of came up with the Doom thing real quick because it wasn't super like, oh, this is like gameplay or anything. It's just like kind of a pretty
cinematic and a logo.
Yeah, it was a pretty. There's a lot to the cinematic, but like I don't know. I still think that the game's like maybe a year and a half away because this kind of had something. Because like, well, fuck, Rage 2 leaked. We got to have something kind of in there.
I could see a year and a half. Like, I could see fall next
year.
Yeah,
definitely. Because I mean, I would imagine if the Wolfenstein Youngbloods is coming out spring, then fall.
I mean, that's like 3.5 years.
Elder Scrolls 6 coming out next year.
If it comes out fall next year.
Yeah.
So that was a spring 2016 game. So first one. Yeah, I can see that. I'm just down for Doom. Doom was so fun.
Doom is. I kind of almost want to. I want to go back and at least try to get that one trophy for beating the first level on the hardest difficulty because that just sounds like fun. And then also the multiplayer is genuinely fun. I wanted to play that. So
yeah, there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to. I'm just very excited for the next few years.
I've also, like I said, I'm gonna try to only get like 6 games this year. Things like The Walking Dead, probably Red Dead, Spider-Man, Fallout, Smash, Destiny 2 expansion. So those are probably that. Because like I'm actually making somewhat of progress of actually clearing out my back catalog now. So
yeah, to me the only ones I know I'm gonna try to pick up right away is Smash, Red Dead, probably Forza Horizon 4, but I'll probably do it Games Pass.
That's what, that was included, but Games Pass.
Spider-Man and Destiny 2. Those are the ones that I'm like absolutely getting. I can probably wait to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Battlefield, or Call of Duty, and I'm still going back and forth on Fallout. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's just
It had a good showing at E3, and I'm way more excited for it. I do wonder what you're doing in a way in that game. It's like, okay, the world's 4 times bigger. Okay, every person you run into is an actual human being. So, like, what are you doing quest-wise?
I think it'll probably be like a board.
I don't know.
In which,
I'll be bored then.
Yeah, me too.
Come on.
I mean,
I got you.
Fuck
you guys.
Yeah. Or robots. So they did say. I mean, it could be like the bots. Like, hey, here, go do this.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe then.
So like, again, maybe not necessarily like NPCs, but then at least like, they'll tell you where to go, and you could probably hear them. Like,
that might be kind of lame. But
I mean, it could be. But I mean,
that's what I would kind of guess that would be. But
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Games. Games are fun.
Games are fun. Thanks for watching. We'll just end it here.
All right.
See you.